Hey guys, Jason here. Today we're going to go over the PPP application, how to fill it out. That way you guys aren't confused when you guys go to fill this thing out, because there's some questions in there that are, kind of confusing. We're also going to go over some of the things that will let you guys know if you're qualified. We have some updates as well today. I'm going to go over those as well. If you guys could, make sure you guys put a quick thumbs up on this video. Make sure you guys hit the sub button. That way I know you guys appreciate this stuff. And like I said, I'll be doing more things in the future for businesses, investing, and things like that. Okay, as you guys know, the max PPP loan is $100,000 per employee. So that's the max you can get if you are a sole provider or anything like that. If you make 150,000, no, you can't get over 100,000. Like I said, no employee, if you have a business of one, a business of 10. Doesn't matter. None of those employees can get over $100,000, or you can't get over $100,000 per employee. So $100,000 is going to be the max you're going to be able to get for an employee, including yourself. You can use it. Obviously, these loans are made to be used on payroll, mortgage interest, rent for the business, utility payments, worker protections. So any kind of thing when it comes to operation costs, like I said, worker protections, utility payments, mortgage interest, rent for your business, things like that. That's what this loan is for, and that's how you're going to get this loan forgiven. So make sure you're using it on these things. These are the things that the SBA has came out and said, hey, this is what this is used for. That's what you have to use it for. Anything else, you might not get it the loan forgiven, which means you're going to end up having to pay this loan back. 60% goes to your payroll. So no matter what, 60% of this money goes to payroll. I don't think anything above that can't go that way. The only other part, 40%, that goes to other expenses. So 60% goes to your payroll costs, 40% goes to other expenses, rent, mortgage interest. Like I said before, worker protection costs, operation costs, any of those things, utilities. The other 40% goes to those things. 60% goes to payroll, unless you are a sole provider or a self-employed person. You're a one-man band. You can use 100% of this loan towards a owner compensation cost. Pretty much you paying yourself. That's what I am. I'm a sole provider. So 100% of this PPP loan gets count off. All I got to do is send in my taxes when I go to get forgiven for this loan. All I got to do is send in my taxes, and boom, I'm off. You're off. If you're just a one-man band, that's how it's going to go. Obviously, if you have somebody with you, then obviously you're going to have to do the 60% payroll, 40% other, which is, like I said, pretty simple anyway. Any of your utilities, rent, expenses, it's going to come straight off. So don't worry about it. Like I said, as long as you're using this loan for what it's made for, you're good to go. Also, I had some people ask, if you haven't got the first PPP loan, you can go ahead and get this loan now. Get this PPP loan, and then two and a half months from now, once you apply for forgiveness, you can go ahead and apply for the second round of PPP. So if you missed out on the start during the March or April, May, June area, if you didn't get your first PPP loan, you can go ahead and get that now, and then after you get this one taken off in 8 to 10 weeks, you can go ahead and apply again for the round 2. As of right now, March 31st, 2021 is the cutoff for this loan, but expect that to get extended with Biden's new plan coming into effect. That should be getting voted on probably in February, sometime in February, obviously, and then it'll probably go into law sometime mid-March, which will extend this from March 31st. Like I said, you can still get your second round. If you haven't got your first round yet, you should better get your first round and then go back and get your second round. If this is your first time or second time already applying, then obviously you don't have to worry about that. You've already got your first round like me. You just go ahead and apply. Remember, you must have under 500 employees to get your first round. Second round is for 300 and under employees. So if you're a business, which probably most people aren't, having over 500, you're obviously you wouldn't be able to get that loan. And if it's your second time, obviously, if you're a business over 300, which most people probably aren't, you wouldn't be able to get this loan either. Also, when you go to apply for this second round, if you haven't used all your money from your first round, you're not going to be able to qualify. So make sure you have used all your first round money first, which most people probably already have, before you apply for round two. If you haven't, like I said, most people already have used their round one money if you already got it. So, because it's been over the allotted amount of months pretty much. So most people already done this, but make sure you have, because they don't really specify what they're going to make you show that you've used it. But again, just make sure you've used it. That way, you don't run into any issues. Also, for your second round of PPP, you must show a revenue loss of 25% from one period of 2019 to the period of 2020. So take 8 weeks in 2019, compare those to any of the 8 weeks that you have in 2020. If you had a 25% loss in revenue in any of those 8 weeks, you qualify. And if you have a loan under $150,000, you don't have to show this up front. So say you haven't, you've done it, you had a loss in 2020, you just haven't done your taxes yet. You haven't got all that together. You're kind of like me. You haven't done that. You haven't got everything together yet. You can go ahead and apply. You don't have to show it if you have under $150,000 loan, PPP loan. If you're like a lot of people, obviously. If you have under that $150,000 loan, you don't have to show it until you go to apply for forgiveness. So definitely make sure you're going to be able to get this loan forgiven, but you don't have to have everything pulled and have to show the bank and then have to show the SBA. You can just go ahead and say, look, I want say you make $10,000 a month. Say, hey, I want my $25,000 loan, and I'll show this once I go to apply for forgiveness. Then you have to show that you have a 25% loss of any 8-week period in 2019 compared to any 8-week period in 2020. This, like I just said, the loan is for a 2.5 times your monthly payroll. So like I said, if you make $10,000 a month, you're going to be able to get a $25,000 loan. You can do your own math, obviously, for your business or your situation, but that's pretty much how it goes. And like I said, this loan you can apply between now and March 31st. Obviously, don't wait till March 31st. Go ahead and apply in the first week or two. I doubt a lot of the money's going to get sucked up out of nowhere, but just in case you don't want to be stuck and be like, wow, I should have just went ahead and applied. It's free money. Do it fast. Okay. You can take 30 minutes out of your time, 30 minutes for $25,000. Or 30 minutes for even $5,000. You're not gonna get paid, $5,000 for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Anywhere else. So just go ahead and get it done. All right, we're gonna jump right over into this as well. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Give me 1 second. And like I said, we'll go over this together real quick. And like I said, it's nothing too crazy, but just in case you have questions, I'll go over it with you as well. Here she blows, or here he blows. I don't know what the paper is. He, she. All right, here it is. All right, let's get this going. Okay, so up here at the top it says check one. See this right here? I'm a sole provider, so obviously I would check this right there. I just go ahead and check that. If you're a partnership, C corp, S corp, LLC, independent contractor, self-employed individual, any of these, just go ahead and mark which one you are. You can put your year of establishment. Mine was 2014 when I started my business, so I would put 2014 here, obviously. Just boom, boom, 2014. Here's where you're to put your legal business legal name, obviously, as well. If it's the same as up there, whatever, you put your business name right here as well. Here's where you put your business code. Put that there as well. Put it right there. This right here, applicant, including affiliates, if applicable, meet size standard. Okay, most people are probably going to be SBA industry size standards. This is most businesses under the 300 employee mark. Most of them are in this area right here, and especially if you're a business that is under 25 employees, you're definitely probably going to be in this industry size standards. If you're a one-man band, industry size standards. Here's where you put your address. Like I said, if you are a sole provider or self-employed, you'd put your address, obviously. If you have a business with a business address, you would put that here as well. Obviously, don't put your PO boxes. That's not allowed, and you won't get the loan. Here's where you put your business 10 right here. Your business 10 goes right here. You can look that up. Obviously, if you are a like a sole provider or anything of the of the like, you would put your social security number here. You put your business phone, whatever cell phone number, whatever you got, your primary contact. Put your email address. Pretty self-explanatory stuff up here. Okay, second, we're gonna go over obviously this right here. Say you make $10,000. It's gonna ask you. Like, say you make $10,000 monthly. Put that right there. Boom. So you would take that 2.5 times. Unless you're a restaurant, then you get 3.5 times. So if you're at a restaurant or like a hotel, things like that, you would know who you are, but you'd put the 3 times 5. But 99% of people are going to put, 2 times. The 2 times right there. So that equals $25,000 loan, pretty much. 10, 20, and then half another month, 25. Number of employees. Obviously, me, I'd put 1. You know how many employees you have. I don't know how many employees you have. This right here is where you'd pick what you're going to use it with. Obviously payroll costs, rent, utilities. They're going to ask these questions. Obviously, what are you going to use it on? Covered, whatever. I'm not going to use it on covered property damage. If you are a business that received property damage during the riots of 2020 or anything like that, property damage is covered actually. So if you any of those kind of protest things, you received any kind of damage, boom, easy, count that off. Covered supplies costs, covered worker protection costs as well, or other. I don't know what other would be, but if you're using it for other, obviously put that there. But make sure you're actually going to use that because they're going to ask for receipts. You can't just put other and be like, uh-oh, I don't know what other was. Because that's just not how it's going to be. All right. Also, guys, this right here, owner name. You put your owner name, your title, your ownership. Most of you guys probably going to be 100% ownership. Put your SSN or your TIN number or your business number or whatever there. EIN, business number, or your SSN number right there. Obviously, the address of your business. If that's your home address. Next, it says, is the applicant or any owner of the applicant presently suspended, debarred, proposed for debarment, declared ineligible, voluntary excludes from participation in the transaction by any federal department or agency? I'm going to guess like 99.99999% are going to put no, because that sounds bad. Sounds terrible. I don't want to be in that group. Has the applicant, any owner of the applicant or business owned or controlled by any of them ever obtained a direct or guaranteed loan from the SBA or other federal agency that is currently delinquent or has defaulted in the last 7 years? I'm going to guess 99.999% of people aren't delinquent and if they ever got a loan, it's been paid back, or if it's not paid back, it is at least, being paid right now. So mark no. Is the applicant or any owner of the applicant an owner of other business or have common management with any other business? If yes, list all such businesses and describe the relationship on the separate sheet identified as Amendment A. I'm going to guess a lot of people probably only own one business. But if you do own 2 businesses, obviously you're going to mark that. Did the applicant receive an SBA economic injury disaster loan between January 31st, 2020 and April 3rd, 2020? If yes, provide any details. Most people probably did not get the loan. Do not get the loan mixed up with the EIDL advance, which most people are probably going to get. And if you don't know about the EIDL advance, look it up. I have videos on my channel about it. It's a free $1,000 to $10,000. You don't have to pay back. That does not count on this. So don't be like, I got the advancement, so I'm going to mark yes. No, the advancement is not the loan. A loan is different. They can offer you a loan, and the loan's like 3.75% interest rate, which is a good loan. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to guess 99% of people will say no. I got the advancement the first time. was only $1,000. Hopefully this time we get the full $10,000. So if you don't know what the EIDL is, go on my page. I have plenty of videos on that. Is the applicant or any individual owning 20% or more equity of the applicant presently incarcerated or a felon? I'm gonna guess most people probably know. Let's just be honest. I hope not. Within the 5 years, are you federally involved in fraud, bribery, embezzlement? These are just, like I said, these are obviously most applications. Just obviously mark no, because I'm guessing 99% of people that are running a business are probably not in jail or have been in jail or done any kind of crazy stuff. I hope not. Is the United States principal place of residence for all employees? Yes. Obviously, it's going to be you have to be in the United States to get that. Is the applicant a franchise? I'm going to guess a lot of people are probably going to say no to this, but obviously if you have a franchise, you do your franchise. Is a franchise listed in SBA franchise directory? If yes, SBA identifier code. Obviously, if you are in that SBA franchise, you would know this stuff. I would not know this stuff because I don't have a franchise. All right, next we're going to go down here. This is just for paper protection. This is just for stuff where you would sign saying that you initial this. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. So obviously, like the applicant was in operation on February 15th, 2020. Obviously, you have to be in operation between February 15th, 2020 and before then. So anything before that, up to February 15th, then you can get a loan. Obviously, if you're after February 15th, if you started business on February 16th, you're not allowed to get this loan. So, that sucks. But that's just the way it is. Obviously, I would wish they would have made this, April or May at least, but February it is. Current economic uncertainty makes this loan request necessary to support the ongoing operations application. Obviously, you're going to mark yes because obviously you're 25% loss. So obviously, that hurts. No, everybody. I feel like anybody who's applying for this should obviously need the loan. Obviously. Because you're gonna, anybody that has even if you made $100,000 this year, if you made $125,000 or $130,000 last year, it's still a big loss. You know what I mean? It's a big loss. It's 20% loss right there. The funds will be used to retain workers and maintain payroll. Yes, obviously you're gonna mark yes to that too. You mark your initials right there, because that's what this money's gonna be used for. It's only thing is you can't go out and buy a a yachty with it or a boat or whatever you're going to buy with it. You can't go out and buy a brand new pair of Yeezys. That's not for your business. So yeah. Understand that the loan forgiveness will be provided the sum of document payroll costs. So this right here is just saying, hey, look, you have to provide that you have used this for payroll and things. Like I said, if you have taxes and things like that, this is going to be easy to get off. It's going to be easy. It's super simple. If you're a sole provider or a self-employed worker, you literally just use it as owner compensation. So you just send in your tax returns, boom, off, no deal. The applicant has not and will not receive another loan under the paycheck protection. So, like I said, this is for the loan. Don't get this mixed up with the advancement. The advancement is not the loan. I say this again: the EIDL advancement is not the EIDL loan. Just make sure you know that. I'll say it like 5,000 more times for you. The applicant has not and will not receive a shuttered venue operation grant. Remember, if you're a venue and you got shuttered, there's money for you that is more than this. So don't be applying for this because you can't apply for both. So I don't know why you want less money. So just know this: if you're watching this and you're a venue and you got shuttered, obviously there is a grant for you. So don't apply for this. Don't go apply for the shuttered venue operator grant because it's going to get you more money. The president, vice president, the head of executive department of member of Congress or spouse of such. So you're not the president. You can't, like, obviously if you're in a government venue, you can't get this loan. So if you're part of the parliament, if you're part of the parliament, I'm not in the UK obviously, Congress or Senate, you can't get this loan obviously. Okay, obviously the applicant and issuer secures of which are listed in exchange registered as a national security exchange under the section of 6 yada yada yada. Yes, I further certify that the information provided in this application it provided obviously saying like, hey, look, this is all real. You know, you don't want to get fined, so don't lie on this application. It can literally fine you up to $250,000 and up to $1 million. I don't want to go apply for a $25,000 loan, but I'm going to get sued for $1 million if I lie. You don't want to lie. The government finds out. You have to apply for forgiveness, and what you going to do? You know what I mean? Bad boys, coming for you. You don't want that song. You don't want to see your face in the front of that song, obviously. Even though I think cops are even a thing anymore. I acknowledge the lender will confirm eligibility of the loan. So obviously, when you go to get this loan, your lender is going to be like, "Hey, can I see your taxes? Can I see proof that you have had income?" Obviously, it's pretty simple. If you're a business, you can do this. Obviously, you sign here, applicant, boom, print your name, title, boom. So obviously, title would be owner. And then obviously down here gives you principals, positions, yada yada yada. But that's it right there. Then you can save your form and then send it over to your lender, and that's pretty much all you have to know. Like I said, it's pretty much simple, but it's good to see somebody break it down with you. That way you be like, okay, that's what that means. This is what this means. I know that probably would have helped me a little bit when I did it, but I went over with mine through my CPA and things like that, and it was pretty simple. So I learned a lot from that. So hopefully you guys learned something from this as well. And like I said, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys quick thumbs up on the video real quick. Also, make sure you guys hit the sub button below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.